The Council of Beasts. When animals ruled the first civilization, before the pharaohs, before the emperors, before the first human king ever raised a scepter to the sky, there was a council. What if everything you were taught about the first civilizations was only half the story? What if the rulers of the ancient world were not human at all? What if they walked upright, built temples, wrote laws, and wore the faces of beasts? This is the story of the Council of Beasts, the first rulers of Earth, the architects of civilization, the ones history erased. Stay until the end, because what you are about to hear was never meant to be found. 10,000 years before the first human civilization rose from the Mesopotamian plains, a world already existed. Not a world of savagery, not a world of jungle and tooth, a world of order, of stone and fire and law. They called it Athon, the first city, and it was built not by men, but by the Council of Beasts. The 5 seats of power. The council was not ruled by one, it was ruled by 5. 5 great houses, 5 species, 5 thrones. The lion throne, house of war and kingship. The serpent throne, house of knowledge and prophecy. The eagle throne, house of navigation and the sky. The bear throne, house of time, seasons, and memory. And the wolf throne, house of law, order, and judgment. Together they did not just survive, they ruled. The greatest of the 5 was Emperor Rathan of the Lion Throne. He stood 7 feet tall, in golden armor, etched with the victories of 1,000 battles. His mane flowed like a crown of fire. His voice, it was said, could silence an entire battlefield with a single word. He had ruled Athon for 300 years, not through tyranny, but through something far more dangerous: wisdom. The serpent high priest, veil, but power without knowledge is blindness. And so the Lion King always kept the serpent priest close. Veil, the knowing, eldest of the council, advisor to 7 emperors before Rathan. He did not carry weapons. He carried scrolls, thousands of them, containing the accumulated wisdom of the first world. Where Rathan commanded armies, Veil commanded futures. He saw what was coming long before it arrived, and what he saw terrified him. The city of Athon. Athon was unlike anything that would come after it. Its towers touched the clouds. Its streets were paved in obsidian and white stone. Water flowed upward through channels no engineer today can explain. Their temples were aligned with stars that modern astronomy has only just discovered. They had medicine, mathematics, music, architecture that should have been impossible. And they had one thing no human civilization has ever truly achieved: peace between all 5 houses for over 1,000 years. The Wolf Chancellor, Mordak. Not every member of the council wanted peace. Mordak of the Wolf Throne had waited patiently for centuries. He smiled at council sessions. He bowed to the Lion King. He enforced the law with perfect precision. But beneath that cold iron exterior, Mordak believed one thing with absolute conviction: that only one species deserved to rule. The secret meeting. For 3 years, Mordak met in secret, in chambers beneath the Wolf Quarter of Athon, in places the Eagle Scouts never flew over. In darkness, the Serpent Seers could not read. He gathered them one by one: wolf generals, wolf engineers, wolf astronomers. He told them, the other houses are weak. The lions are proud but slow.
The lions are proud but slow. The serpents are wise but frail. All gather.
The bears sleep too long between the seasons. We have always done the work of civilization, he said. It is time we claim the reward. Veil's warning. But Veil had seen this coming. 3 months before Mordak moved, the serpent high priest appeared before Emperor Rathan at midnight. He unrolled a single scroll, black parchment written in silver fire. The wolf rises, Veil whispered, and when it does, Athon will never be the same. Rathan looked at the scroll, at the symbols, at the prophecy written 100 years before any of them were born. He looked at his oldest advisor and asked, "Can it be stopped?" Veil was silent for a long time. "It can be delayed," he finally said, "but something will break. Something always breaks." The Night of Iron, the coup attempt. Mordak moved on the 3rd night of the Festival of Stars, when the lions celebrated, when the eagles danced in the high towers, when the bears feasted and the serpents meditated. Wolf soldiers sealed the 9 gates of Athon. Wolf assassins moved through the streets like shadows. Mordak himself walked to the council chamber with an army at his back. He was going to take all 5 thrones in a single night. He almost succeeded. Rathan's last stand. Emperor Rathan met Mordak at the steps of the council chamber, alone, without his generals, without his guard, just the Lion King, in full armor, sword drawn. You would burn 1,000 years of peace, Rathan said. For one night of power, Mordak looked at him without blinking. I would build 1,000 more years, under one house, under one law. They fought for an hour, the greatest duel in the history of the First World, and at the end of it, both of them fell. The 3-way split, with Rathan and Mordak both fallen. The council shattered. The Eagle House sealed its towers and refused to fight. The Bear House retreated north into the mountains, taking their libraries with them. The Serpent House disappeared entirely. Vale and his scholars vanishing in a single night, leaving only empty halls and cold braziers. The Lion generals fought the Wolf army for 40 days. By the end, Aethon was no longer one city. It was 3 burning ruins. Vale's final act. But Vale had not abandoned them. Before he vanished, the Serpent High Priest did one last thing. He gathered the 12 greatest minds of each house, 60 scholars, in secret, in a chamber beneath the city that no one else knew existed. He gave each of them a fragment of the Great Archive, the total knowledge of Aethon, mathematics, medicine, astronomy, architecture, law. We cannot save the city, he told them, but we can save what the city knew. Find the young ones. Find the ones who are growing. Find the ones who walk on 2 legs, but carry no history yet. Teach them everything. The first humans. And so they went out into the world. They found the young ones Vale had spoken of. Small, fragile, still learning fire, still drawing animals on cave walls. The beast scholars did not conquer them. They did not rule them. They sat beside their fires, and they began to teach. They taught them to count the stars, to measure the flood, to build above the ground, to write, to heal, to govern. The humans called their teachers gods, and the teachers let them. The beasts fade from history. Over the generations, the beast scholars grew fewer, their students grew stronger. The humans built great cities, Sumer, Egypt, the Indus Valley. They credited the knowledge to their own gods, and slowly, the teachers were forgotten. Some say the beasts retreated underground. Some say they crossed a threshold. Some say they still walk among us, invisible, patient, watching. Vale would have said none of those answers matter. What matters is what they left behind. The fingerprints in history. Look at the ancient world with new eyes for a moment. Why does every ancient culture, Egypt, Mesopotamia, India, China, Mesoamerica, have animal gods? Why does every ancient culture depict beings that are part animal, part divine? Anubis, Horus, Garuda, Quetzalcoatl, Sobek. Is that a coincidence, or is that a memory? A memory of the teachers, the ones who came before, the ones who wore the faces of beasts, the hidden archives. And then there are the archives. The Library of Alexandria, destroyed before we could read it all. The Sumerian clay tablets, most still untranslated. The Indus Valley script, still undeciphered, thousands of years later. The lost books of the Maya, what were they hiding? Or rather, what were they preserving? The closing question. History as we know it begins around 3000 BC. That is roughly 5,000 years of recorded human civilization. But the Earth is 4.5 billion years old. We have accounted for 5,000 years. What happened in the rest? What walked this world before we arrived? What built before we knew how to build? What ruled before we were ready to rule? The truth behind history. If this story made you see the ancient world differently, leave a comment below with the word Aethon. We'll know you were here. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment, because the next secret is already waiting.